life.
Yeah.
He gives you lemons. You make lemonade.
Yeah.
Niger here, when he gives you Rudo, what you do is you make, what's it now? What's it now? No, not stew.
Oh.
Ayamashe.
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 Yeah, exactly.
Ofada. That's what you do. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mike. Good morning, everyone. Tuesdays remain a second opportunity to get your week started right. Now, if your Monday didn't go as planned, don't worry. We got you. We got you.
It is said to be the most productive day of the week. Well, it's not the busiest. Monday most definitely will take that particular title. But hey, come on, we're here for Tuesday to make it like no other way with our culinary experts. Winfrey doesn't normally get her head dirty, but hopefully today she will get down to work with our chef in the kitchen. Jenny, how are you doing?
No.
No.
Good morning, guys. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
Beautiful Tuesday morning.
Good.
I mean, it's the start of the week, so yeah. We're excited to be here. It's gonna be a great show.
Are you really excited in your heart of heart?
I am. Do I look excited?
Is that coming from your inner?
Don't I look excited?
No, don't forget the look. I mean, your heart.
She's happy.
Maybe you have been thinking of in bed now, getting some very nice breakfast in bed or something.
On a Tuesday, Mike.
On a Tuesday morning, I'm not sure where
Wow.
Mike's mind is. Mike, where's your
No.
mind? Come back to us.
Okay. All right. Well, it's going to be a wonderful show we have in store for you today. My name is Mike Nesiketo.
And I'm Titilaya Oyinson. We've garnished and sprinkled some amazing moments together just for you so we can help you get that smile on your face. And you can watch us live from almost absolutely anywhere online. That's
Yeah, definitely.
From our website, that's
Website, of course.
tvcentertainment.tv or on YouTube at TVC Entertainment.
The app is also available on Apple Store and, of course, the Google Play Store, where you can watch us anywhere around the world. You can also hear us on social media. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC across the social media platforms at TVC Entertainment on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and X.
Joining us today, we will be having an expert on parenting. We're going to be talking about hygiene in children. That's a deep one, a very, very deep one, in fact. Now, we have Coco coming back to the studio today. And when she started out, she was very expressive, great communicator, and this allowed her to utilize this skill in different ways. She helps people communicate better or more effectively with their young ones. And on health, we have a mental health expert coming our way today. The unintended consequences of mental health is going to be discussed by Ese Ayagbene, and she's been practicing as a counseling psychologist for the past decade, specializing in working with individuals in need with the primary objective of helping them overcome trauma and enhance their mental resilience. Angelica Bell, her music career began in the university, and Angelica is one of those amazing performers you really want to hear from. She has worked as the lead singer for a live band called the Blue Pearls for quite a while, and that's where she honed her craft and developed her vocals. Now, she was signed to Nigerian just for a while and left the label after the late, great Sound Sultan passed away. But there's so much to talk about with this amazing performer. We'll see her soon.
So we all have a touch of brown.
Well, Mike is doing brown.
Do we?
Brown chew.
Yo, they dropped the memo.
Well, you
It's
got
not true,
the
no,
memo.
bro.
It's just that your stubbornness will not allow its flow.
Who's talking about stubborn? Look at all of us. Who looks the most stubborn? Look at that billboard.
It's you.
Incidentally, yeah, this weekend was the first time I was passing Third Mainland since the reopening.
No way.
Really?
You've not been going to the island,
just
Mike.
drove through Damilan to try it out.
I didn't want to do that. So I intentionally didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do it if I didn't have business to do. But maybe there are times if I had to go, maybe I might go through Corridor Road or stop somewhere, and then I have to go. But I didn't have anything to do on the island for a while. There are times where I didn't do that.
Yeah.
And I was disappointed a bit.
Mike.
The hype people were happy this thing, man.
Really?
The hype people gave this thing. I thought that when I enter, it would be like I'm driving on gold or something.
Really?
The hype people gave this thing was just.
Time has passed now.
Time has passed. It seems so.
I'm serious.
It seems so.
I actually feel
But
even
because
the first time I was on it, the feeling was different from the next time. I'm telling you. I was
Because-
like,
I just think maybe you were over it. After the first time, you just get
because I still saw them painting
Okay.
at some parts of.
Touching up.
Yes.
yeah, I think
No, this was painting. Those because there was a pickup truck, by the way, and this was the center curb.
Oh,
So there were people on it, like they were. It was. I
was
don't
it
know.
during the day?
Yes, during the day.
Oh.
It was during
So
the
I
day.
think another
So
time,
normally,
another trail is also at night.
so maybe I'll get that effect. So
Exactly.
what happened was that I had to come back earlier. Normally I would stay till night whenever I had to go to Ireland for that kind of stuff. I'll come back at night, but I won't even want to do it like that. But my point is that it seemed like where Antia started on the road. It seemed so.
Yeah. And
It seemed like the freshness. No, how long did you know come out?
Fresh. It wasn't. It was smooth. It
Yeah.
was super smooth.
It
but
is.
It wasn't necessarily leveled.
Okay.
So you're still feeling. All
Yeah, but
Of course. So you know. Okay. So
because some people go
I
like,
always
this
play
is
devil's
not
advocate.
Canada, this is Lagos. You know, they were
Wow.
going with that feel.
It's social media.
But when I pass it, I say,
It's social media.
I wouldn't even think that this is Ghana.
You have to realize that is still one of the most engineering marvels that you can find in Africa.
Nah.
One of the largest. Yes, a floating bridge that is not supported by anything at the top. It's actually an engineering marvel. And the fact that it's still standing.
Let me just let's
after
leave it
all
like
these-
that.
No. You should go Google it. You should go Google it. But at this point, there's only one time I don't like going on that bridge.
Marvel called this in
When it's raining.
I love it. That's
When
the
it's
best
raining
time.
on Third Mainland Bridge.
Yes.
Scary.
Wow.
I had my dream
I
come
don't know.
true one day. It was dark. It was raining. I was playing Disney music.
Wow. Disney music. Do you see what just happened there?
It was just so cool.
You know what?
The news on Wake Up Nigeria. I am Mike Mexicano. Now we kick off with a security development in Abuja, where all the victims kidnapped from their homes in a neighborhood in Dawaki by gunmen dressed in military camouflage have regained freedom. The FCT Commissioner of Police, Ben Igwe, confirmed this in Abuja. Sifon Essien reports.
Faith Aldo is happy to have regained freedom. She was among several others kidnapped on Sunday in this neighborhood in Dawaki, a suburb of Abuja. But following a joint operation by security forces, she and several others were rescued.
I just appreciate God for His love, for saving our life. Because when I was inside there, I was just praying that our senior pastor used to declare for us that none of his members will die like a chicken. And I'm one of them, and I am faith. I have that faith that I cannot die like a chicken, and I would not die a premature death. So I cannot die like a chicken. That is my prayer there. And all of them, let God just take control of everything there. Send people that will rescue us. And I even thank God answer my prayer. And we did not expect that we see people inside there. And God just doing His miracle.
She says they were made to walk up the hills for 3 hours before help came.
We reached like 3 hours before they get us. Like 3 hours before we jam with those people and we will escape. We reached like 3 hours.
4 of the victims had earlier escaped being taken up the hills. Julius Lawal is one of them.
They break the door, come down, come carry one my oga. The time when they carry my oga, they stand like that, carry one, hit me for my leg. I think is where I see yesterday happened. I come climb on top of my fence, jump, come roll.
The rescue effort, we have finished the rescue effort. I led the operation personally. There's no person that is in any kidnappers then. All has been rescued. They have returned back to their homes. As we are coming down from the mountain, we saw those who are exhausted. We have to pick them and took them to Gwarimpa Hospital. And they are back to their homes. We have been telling the criminals that it's not business as usual.
We gathered that the police are now blocking the routes used by kidnappers coming into Abuja. Sifon Asian TVC News, Abuja.
Quite some uplifting news there. Now, Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court in Abuja has dismissed the request by detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, for the restoration of his revoked bail and his removal from the custody of the Department of State Services to a house arrest or prison custody. Justice Nyako said the same request had been brought before her by Mr. Kanu but was dismissed for want of merit. She adds that he jumped the bail earlier granted him and escaped the country. The judge also held that the sureties who stood for him in the earlier bail had applied to be discharged and had been discharged on the ground that they could not locate Kanu and did not know his whereabouts. Justice Nyako said that the only option left for Kanu was to go to the Court of Appeal and exercise his right of appeal. The leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, however, faulted his trial, claiming it is illegal.
It's committed an act of terrorism. Because I did not jump bail. My home was invaded. They came to kill me and I survived. They came to Kenya to kidnap me, brought me back to this country and seeking to try me, which the law says cannot happen. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then hope to stand on that illegality to conduct a trial is not done anywhere in the world.
Ordinarily, we expected that this court would have just followed suit by restoring his bail, but it didn't happen. The court made some order that he felt is in our favor, but really it is not in our favor. He made modifications in the conditions of his detention at the DSS. If you recall, they used to take documents from us. They used to listen in because they bugged the place and everything. She made an order that the room should be changed and all that. But I think this is pyrrhic and that we should take note. This is pyrrhic.
Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has announced 5 days of mourning following the death of the country's president, Ibrahim Raisi. Raisi was killed in a helicopter crash in a mountainous area of northwestern Iran, along with Foreign Minister Hossein Amir Abdollahian. Reports confirm that they were killed after the helicopter they were traveling in came down on Sunday. Ayatollah Khamenei said he offered his condolences to the dear people of Iran. Raisi had been tipped as a potential successor to the supreme leader. In the meantime, Vice President Mohammed Mokbeh has been appointed to assume interim duties. Iran's cabinet has also appointed Deputy Foreign Minister Ali Bagheri Kani as acting Foreign Minister. And that's the news for this hour. We'll take a short break. Stay with us. We'll be back in a bit.
Oh, it's just the little things that count. That was so cute. I imagine police officers with teddy bears. Oh, that's cute.
No, you call them, those are cops.
They're cops. They're not police officers. They're cops. They're cops. Okay.
Police officers.
Well, I'm smiling now, but when I was reading this, I wasn't really smiling. I was almost in tears. It was a post we found online, which apparently started out on a WhatsApp group. And it starts like this: advice needed. This woman is asking advice. In 2021, her 18-year-old son, who was set to travel abroad for studies, came home with a 26-year-old lady. He introduced her as his girlfriend and the mother of his twin babies. Now, this is an 18-year-old about to go abroad to study, and the husband is angry. That's her husband, angry that, you know, and saying he's not even paying the boys' school fees anymore. You know, he's really upset. But then, obviously, she being a mother was like, oh, my son brought home twins. Children are a blessing from God. Let's embrace them. At least he even brought her home. Eventually, he goes abroad, you know. This is her only child. The son is the only child. He goes abroad for his studies. And her husband even goes as far as saying, you know what, before accepting these children into their house, he wants to do DNA. And then the mother says, you know what, these children look like your son. They look like your son. Just don't waste money on DNA. Just, you know, embrace the children, because children are from God. They're blessings from God. Hop, skip, and jump later. She embraces this young lady, 26-year-old, makes her part of the family, even gives her her jewelry to wear, brings her into the home. And now her husband passed away last year, and apparently at age 68 or something like that, 67. And She then finds out that the woman was actually her husband's mistress. And she had literally been living with her husband's mistress and his own 2 children in their own house. It was shocking, to say the least.
How did she find out?
She found out after the man had passed away.
How?
Now, I'm not sure how she found out.
She said
but
during the funeral.
during the funeral.
maybe-
Yeah.
How?
Maybe his will or something now.
Oh, goodness knows.
Who
Goodness.
Because, let me. You remember that?
Because-
Remember that case we spoke here about the woman who went to do CS and said her husband left her and all of that.
Yeah.
You know that was not the case.
Yeah.
A lot of the things started developing.
Yeah, sure.
So you see, when things happen like this, we base it on what is out there. It might
The
not
information
be
is out.
truth. In fact, more often than not, it's not true because we've not heard from both sides. And especially when somebody has passed on, we can't hear from a person's side. I'm just saying. But I would love to know how she found out.
Yeah.
You know, how she found
But
out.
how do you... This woman is going through some serious
The
mental
son
turmoil
calls and has
right
been
now.
begging. So apparently
Yeah.
the son was literally in on it.
Yes.
Literally planned with the
the
father to deceive the woman to let the
Okay, and the father was the one that was fighting for a DNA.
Yes.
Yes.
And he should have been correct.
So the
because
anger and
the son's
everything.
DNA, okay, no.
Well,
The anger and everything
Yeah.
was literally forged.
Yeah.
And like the man was pretending to be upset and all.
Yeah.
Of, I just think that's just the height of deceit. I don't know. When
Humans are scum.
So that was why I said the heart of man. I said that before we
desperately
started.
wicked.
I
And
was
it's-
thinking, why would the son, though? The son, though.
That's it.
That was my issue.
But that son is a G.
What? Really, Mike?
Gee.
Really? First of all, which one is
somebody
If
said
you were a woman and your daughter did that for you, I'm just saying, no, first of all, forget what happened. I'm just saying,
why
a
would
father,
I even want that?
a
Which
father-
kind of
I'm
role
not-
model are you?
I'm not trying to exculpate the man, all right? This is not a moral thing. What he did was, but I'm talking about for his son to stand up for his father from
Like
that young
that.
age. Bro.
Wow.
Bro code.
Wow. Mike, I can't believe you're saying this. Think about the emotional turmoil this woman is going through right now. She's literally embraced this young woman into her home, has fed and looked after those babies like her own children.
I just feel like sometimes some men are just highly selfish, and I think is disheartening. Right?
It's not a
because
man thing.
please,
It's a human thing.
wait. We're talking about this situation, right? I feel some men are highly selfish, and then he obviously preyed on the fact that he knew the type of person his wife was, and that is very, very. That is, I feel that's the height of like.
Oh, she's a lovely person.
Demonness. If that's like, I know it's not a word, but yeah. Seriously, because it's really, no, seriously, think about it. And that is really wrong because they are in the same space. They were in the same space, in the same house, and you're doing all of that. That's why he didn't live long.
What extracurricular
That's why he didn't live
activities
long.
must have
Like,
been
you can't tell me
happening
nothing.
in the house.
That man,
Mike.
he
And
made
it's so
sure.
sad because
One thing-
the son was literally the only son. Now, of course, she's asking what can she do. But what can she do? The man has died, he has died. She has to forgive the son and move on. But I just think it's just wrong. Like, I don't know where guys get their ideas to do certain things from or say certain things and believe, okay, fine, because this woman is an emotional person or she's a soft person. And you collect. Like, there's no...
And then the
what's up.
emotional connection she must have built with those children, the twins. The emotional connection she would have built.
And she actually
with them.
said it, that if they actually
As
came
in,
out
imagine.
outrightly to tell him that he was a man, so she still would have actually accepted them. But just knowing plainly, everybody deserves the truth. That is just wrong.
It was really, really...
That is
I don't know.
wrong.
I was just, I'm wondering because she says here that it's been tormenting her daily and
The man
it's
even-
driving her to depression.
Yeah.
Tormenting
now.
her?
And the man
It's
literally
tormenting
went
her.
to pay the dowry on the girl on the behalf of the son after the son literally left.
Wow.
So he married a second wife in the house
Wow.
Paid
with
the
your wife in
dowry
the house.
For the son or for himself?
So
Of course it was for
Yeah,
himself
for
now, but
himself,
it was
No,
the
but he
plan
paid
was-
it on behalf of the son. So legally, in papers, is the son married to the
No,
woman?
he paid.
Well, he
went.
paid-
He told her he was going there with his relatives to pay the dowry on the girl for the son, but of course it wasn't for the son.
Okay. So, but they're not legally married. That's what we're saying.
The son is in the abroad doing his studies.
The man has a second wife in the house. Mike, what is confusing you?
I'm not confused.
Why you for me failing ignorance? Please, don't allow me to change for you this morning.
So,
Because I don't understand.
I'm just saying
these questions they're asking.
Where does a woman like this begin from now? Where does she start
When they
from?
give you topic and your blood is bleeding.
Now, we haven't even heard what happened later on, because you don't even know if this man, in his wisdom, decided to will anything to this woman or the children.
That's what she mentioned. Now, she said something about boiling. On issues like this, yeah, so for a PDD Cassie issue, I'll boil. But I remember how I boiled for the other situation. And when I read the upcoming, I was humble. So on issues like this,
much as I get
please permit me that.
No, we have the fact. Boil on the facts we have. When you see the other fact, you will not unboil.
No. I will not be like, I better one chance.
So my issue now is why would...
so what advice does she need, first of all, now? Does she need
where does
advice?
she go from there? What does she...
Where does she need to go to? Now, the children are now her...
Stepchildren.
They are stepchildren, rather than her grandchildren, as it were. And I don't think anything should change. You know, these ones are here. The son is in there, bro. So she's with the kids, right? So I would say that the man has passed on. That was not ideal. I'm sure he felt like that was a bad thing to do, betraying trust. That was betrayal of trust. And, you know, but that kept peace in some ways until he passed on.
Wow.
And the effects now are going to be felt. And all of that.
You know what?
Don't change the norm on the behalf of the kids.
You obviously didn't have peace.
And wherever he is,
it was obvious,
rolling in his grave right now.
No, I mean, you can't guarantee that, but I mean, you can't do that kind of thing and have
But I'm just more concerned with that son. That guy is a G.
Wow.
They'll do it to him.
Hopefully,
you can't tell me that.
Well, what goes around comes around, doesn't it?
Does it?
We would love to hear your thoughts on
Mother that
as
breastfed
well.
you. You deceive her like that. Oh, Lord. 9 months. Labor.
At the end, let me just ask, from base of what Titi said, do you believe in karma?
What goes around comes around. But we would love to hear your thoughts. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Tag us WakeUpNigeria TVCE and let us know what you think about this particular story. We'll be back after this.
Real code.
Thanks so much for joining us. It's time for us to take a quick look at what's happening on the covers of the papers this morning. And we're going to start, that's myself and Mike, are going to start with the Daily Trust newspaper. It says here, bandits in military uniform abduct 20 in Abuja. 2 attackers captured, according to police, and estates buy pump action, other weapons for vigilantes. We've been taxed to fix police vehicle, say the residents. Wow, interesting. Beneath the masthead there, it says, Kano governor buys 2.7 billion naira vehicles for lawmakers. World leaders react as Iran's president is buried today. Minimum wage, no going back on May 31st ultimatum, says Labour. It also says here, federal government reviews 14 trade subjects, syllabi, and decries teachers' shortage. I need 35 different visas to travel within Africa, says Dangote. And finally, youths hit jackpot with Notcoin in crypto trading. Token gets high-profile listing on Binance and major exchanges. And that's what we have on the cover of the Daily Trust.
You know there's something you want to talk about.
Well, hey, so there is a lot about that particular industry that we don't really talk about on the show, but
I know. There's one I've been listening I've been seeing so much. Tap swap. I don't know what tap swap.
So essentially, it's mining, and they're using our devices to mine. So you tap and mine coin. Yeah. So that's how Notcoin was mined. And
you just be tapping.
Yeah, just keep tapping, and they give you tasks to do. Just keep tapping on your phone.
And then at the end of the day,
so what they're essentially...
If you don't understand the crypto space, be careful.
Yeah,
that's all I would say.
Yeah, so you're not paying to tap. You're just charging your phone and using your data.
You know, and the thing about crypto is not just a Nigerian thing, even around the world.
Yeah.
Yes, we understand that there are methods of paying now that are digitized and even go further, based off on the blockchain.
Yeah.
But as it were, Binance has had issues not just in Nigeria, but even around the world. I mean, we've seen the CEOs and all of that, the founders even being arrested and all that. I'm just saying that crypto is a space where a lot has been happening, a lot can happen. if you don't understand it, just be careful. Don't just jump into it. And if you do understand it, be careful.
So the premise is gamification. There are a lot of people that game online.
Oh, game online, I understand.
Games,
yeah.
first-person shooter games and all that. And these people spend hours on their phones tapping anyway.
Tapping.
So the premise is you're making money from
Just be careful and don't fall to the pressure of other people trying to push you inside. When there's pressure to push you inside something. Okay.
You know what? Let's move on to the next paper. I'll be tapping in the next 30 minutes, Mike. But Daily Independent is here as well. It says here on Rivers crisis, don't set Niger Delta on fire. Jonathan tells Wike Fubara, urges ceasefire, says they must work for Rivers' interests. Only federal institutions, students can access student loans now, according to federal government. And Labour meets to review 48,000 naira minimum wage proposal by federal government. NABTEB begins syllabus review of 14 trade subjects, decries inadequate teachers. And Nnamdi Kanu blasts federal government prosecutor, calls him a terrorist. Reps threaten to block accounts of MDAs over incorrect remittances, say cement manufacturers using court injunction to delay price hike probe. And that's what we have on the cover of the Daily Independent.
Yeah, of course, the major headline there, that is a call from former President Goodluck Jonathan. And I think that kind of call, the elders should have a sit-down with these people. Because like I said, and you know, yes, I understand where you want to go into governance and you want to ensure that the people you have around you are for you. But when politics is still going on after this time, governance will suffer. That's what's happening. That's what he's trying to say. He says, don't set Niger Delta on fire because, look, the time you should spend governing, you're using it to fight enemies and all of that. So that is the call from former President Goodluck Jonathan.
We have the Daily Times newspaper with us as well. It says here, Clark accuses Ganduje Damagum of encouraging Wike to derail democracy in Rivers. Still the same topic or area of focus from the last paper we discussed. It says here, APC-PDP national chairman collaborating with federal government, or rather FCT minister, to frustrate Fubara. It says here, nationwide strike looms as Labour gears up for June 3rd, a list condition to avert industrial crisis. At the bottom there, reps warn cement manufacturers against shunning invitation. ASU wants Tinubu to intervene in its demands. And Nigerians will suffer if judges are not well paid. Operations. That's page 3 has more on that. Let's see what we have at the top there. You're a terrorist, Nnamdi Kanu blasts federal government's lawyer in court. That's what we have on the cover of the Daily Times.
Okay.
We have the Vanguard newspaper here right now. It says, on POS, anger, frustration over high cost of cash withdrawals as operators gradually take over banks' ATM function. Customers relate sad experiences in states. Banks sell cash to us, say Delta POS operators.
How much is the charge now? When last did you?
I'm not someone that uses POS as much, unless absolutely necessary, and I've never really asked about the charges. But I will confirm that a little later on. We have some other headlines here. Tinubu, United Nations, African Union, Arab leaders mourn as Iranian President Raisi dies in helicopter crash. Page 9 has more on that. ICANN, Accountability Index, will enhance management of public funds, says Okwosa. Man United want Osimhen. Interesting. That's the sports story headline there. And I'll wrap it up with this. It says here on electricity and minimum wage, NLC, TUC mobilize for strike. That's what we have on the cover of the Vanguard. All right, then that's how we wrap it up on the headlines in the dailies for this morning. Thanks, Mike, for hanging out with me on this one. We would love to hear your thoughts on this as well. Please use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and tag us WakeUpNigeria TVCE with your thoughts. Winfrey is standing by with our chef. What's cooking?
Yay, welcome back. And so here with Chef Walia, and we're making grilled fish, right?
Yes.
With yam chops on this side. Now tell me,
Yes.
what do we need to bring this grilled fish recipe to life?
So we have here our rough blended pepper.
Okay.
We have our bell pepper, scotch bonnet, ginger and garlic, then spring onions and normal onions. So that's just it basically we are using for our grilled fish.
Yes, yes.
So then our seasoning, we have our seasoning here, chicken seasoning and curry. So we have our fish seasoning here, we have our salt, then lemon for some extra flavor. So we are just frying. These ones are for just garnishing our cucumber, spring onions. So basically, you'll be frying our stew. Stew base. So then we'll rub it, marinate it with the fish, then go straight to the oven.
To the oven. All right. So what's the process for the yam chops?
So we are just frying.
Okay, we're just frying the yam chops.
We are frying.
Well. We're not also grilling it?
No, we'll fry.
Okay, we'll fry it. Amazing. Tell me, I was asking, what type of fish is that?
Mullet.
Mullet fish.
Yes.
Oh, okay. There are different types of fishes.
Yeah.
Okay, mullet fish. Amazing. Okay, so where do we start from? I guess we have to slice our onion.
Yes, we slice our onions.
Yeah.
Then we can add our
oil into that's normal vegetable oil, right?
Yes.
Into the pan. And yeah. Okay. Slice our onion.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I mean, Mike, we're grilling fish, you want... He had an incident with grilled fish, and since then he's been worried about this. But anyways, yeah, so, okay, so now we're slicing our onion.
Yes, we're slicing. So we'll saute, because we already have onions here.
Yes,
so we'll saute this, then we move it. We don't want it to be too soft, so we remove it, then we'll fry our stew.
Fried stew,
yeah.
Well, okay, because we already have onion. Do you have normal onion? You said spring onions.
We have both spring onions and yes.
Normal onions. All right, nice. So how long are we going to be grilling our fish for?
20 minutes. We grill for 20 minutes, then broil for 5 minutes, so max.
Okay, so what's the process of broiling?
So it's just direct it from the oven.
Okay.
That's just
so now our fish has definitely been cleaned, right?
Yes.
So it's been cut open.
Open,
in the middle,
yes. Everything is
clean. So we are grilling it like this. We're not chopping it because I noticed there's some chops and there's some.
So we just have a full and
and then other chops. Okay. Amazing. Yeah, so in case you're just joining us, we're here with Chef Waliha, and we're literally making grilled fish and some yam chops. As you can see, she's slicing our onion right now. So we'll have the menu on screen just in case you actually want to get this ingredients going in your kitchen anytime soon. And of course, we have there the ingredients. We have fish, onion, bell peppers. We have scotch bonnet pepper. We have spring onions. We have garlic cloves, ginger, cooking oil, salt, seasoning, lemon, black pepper, oregano, mozzarella cheese, chicken breast, and parsley. Okay, and that's the ingredients we have for our grilled fish and pepper sauce. Okay, great. So the pepper sauce is going on the fish, and
so we'll add our hot.
Okay, so now onion is going into the pan. We're going to saute that a bit. Did you intentionally pick white onion for this?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it has a different flavor. Oh, I love that smell. That onion fine smell. Sorry, you're tearing up. Okay, amazing. I mean, everything is coming together really, really nicely. Definitely can't wait for this recipe to be done. This is definitely something you can have at any time, right? I mean, you can have it for breakfast if you like. There are no hard and fast rules, right? And then for dinner as well, snacks, whatever it is, right? So now we'd actually like to go on a break, and when we come back, there's still so much more happening on Wake Up Nigeria, so do stay with us.
Welcome back. It's about time for us to take our parenting conversation today, and we are going to give a warm welcome back to Coco. Coco has been talking to us over the past few weeks about various parenting topics, and she's back with a very important one. Now, she's all about communication. She was told at a very young age that she was expressive and a great communicator, and she's used this skill to help people effectively communicate with their young ones. Today's topic is a delicate one, hygiene in children. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me back.
Oh, wow. Hygiene, 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 hygiene. One of the things that drives a lot of parents up the wall is when they go to pick up their kids from school, and when the kids get in the car, you're like, oh, my goodness, what is that? Now, this is after a long day in the heat. Probably classrooms are not even aired out properly and all that, and they notice this. But where do they start? On this hygiene journey, what age does it start from, and where do parents begin?
Well, the first thing every parent must do is to teach a child bad smell and good smell.
Okay, bad smell and good smell.
There is bad smell and there is good smell.
Okay.
So, from an early age, maybe at the age of 5, 6, and you notice this, maybe your child goes out to play, and comes back with this smell. I believe in practical things. Tell her, put your hand in your armpit and then smell it.
Okay.
Do you like how it smells?
Wow.
If a child does not know how she smells or how she should smell, how will she know how to have a proper bath?
Okay.
He or she will be able to check themselves.
Okay.
So if you teach a child from an early age good smell and bad smell,
okay,
you understand? And also, as you teach them how to bathe, you tell them why they have to wash each part of their bodies a certain way. Okay. You must explain it so that they know and understand that it's just not a general thing of pouring water on your body. It's about scrubbing. Okay. It's about keeping the armpits clean. And for kids who go to school, the general cleaning, we all know that hair creates moist.
Yeah, sure.
Shave.
Okay.
And then when washing the armpits, you wash in a fist, okay, not with your hands flat.
So it's not with your fingers, not with the tips of your fingers?
Not with the tips of your fingers.
Okay, so you use a fist?
A fist, and you scrub. Okay. You scrub. You have to tell them to scrub. And then you smell the sponge. The kids must smell, teach them how to smell. Smell the sponge. Does it smell good? You tell them that the way it smells is the way their friends perceive them. So if you don't like your friends to smell that, then you have to do something about it. Most kids, if you tell them, oh, your friends will, they get more conscious and check themselves. So let's just teach our kids how to check themselves. Teach them good smell and bad smell.
So there's different levels to hygiene. There are different parts of the day, the process of the day, from brushing teeth to how to use the toilet to how to have a bath and how to maintain themselves throughout the day. So what age do you think is advisable to start this journey with them?
Well, I started with my daughter at the age of 6.
Okay.
And when I said I started teaching her, I didn't allow a nanny bathe her.
Okay.
I didn't. I did it. I taught her myself. And even when I thought maybe at the age of 9, 10 she had kind of mastered it, I still stood there to supervise, to observe. You understand that she had mastered the things I had taught her. So and even brushing of the teeth. You have to tell the child why or what makes the mouth smell. It's the back of the tongue. If you do not stick your tongue out and throw your brush as far back as possible. And brush from that end down, your mouth will smell. It's not your teeth that makes your mouth smell, it's your tongue. So you tell the children, take the toothbrush all the way back and then you brush, you understand, until, of course, you have some form of pink tongue, yeah.
So now I'm thinking about the toilet, the process of using the toilet. Now we talk potty training here almost all the time, and the process of even getting a child to use the potty and not bedwet anymore, it's a whole conversation. But once the child has has gone to toileting age, what's the process?
Well, I've often heard parents say, a child will come out of the toilet and they'll say, oh, did you wash your hands? But did you ask that child, did you look back?
Okay.
At the toilet? Did you leave it the way you found it?
Okay.
So you tell the child, it's not just about, coming out of the toilet or wash your hands with soap and water. Did you look back? Many kids don't look back and they take this dirty habit to schools, and leave the toilets, all filthy. So let us teach our kids, it's not just about, washing of hands with soap and water. Let them learn to look back, you understand? And of course, the lid, must
So
come
that's
down.
actually a conversation that a lot of people, have. There's been a debate about that. So I'm of the opinion that you close the lid before you flush.
Yes.
Because of, the splash. But there are some people that don't even want to touch it or go near the lid or go near the toilet itself, have any physical contact with the toilet at all. With the guys that their hands or just coming in contact with it makes them more susceptible to germs.
Well,
So-
that is the essence of washing your hands after, or, you know, before you leave the toilet.
Yeah.
So whatever you do, the soap and water is there for you to wash your hands after you've done your business in the toilet.
Okay.
So you still get to wash your hands and clean your hands. So that issue doesn't really arise because, you know, because if you do not do that, you know, and you have the, you know, germs or whatever splashing all over the place, then, you know, what
So
use is
now, so the process is you tell the child when you're done with the toilet, you look back, did you meet it, did you leave it the way you met it? Then wash your hands with soap and water before you leave the bathroom.
Yeah.
All right. Now we've covered bath time a little to a certain extent. We've also covered toileting. But what about maintaining their own clothes? Now, kids are usually not really in charge of their own laundry. It's mostly parents that are in charge of their own laundry until maybe they go into a secondary school or a boarding school. So maybe for kids that are about going into a boarding school and they're not going to be with their parents, what should the advice or the teaching be from that stage?
Well, first and foremost, I don't, well, washing machine or no washing machine, you know, I don't care what anyone says, but washing machine does not really take care of, you know, your clothes, you know, especially for kids who go to school, who sweat a whole lot, you know. So you need to teach your kids how to wash their clothes properly. It's not just putting it in a bucket of water. They have to wash them, wash first if they have a T-shirt, especially sports. If they have a T-shirt, they first wash the armpits, you know, and wash both, you know, the armpits, and then they wash the collar. You understand? You don't just wash generally. You teach them how to wash the armpits, wash the collar before washing the body of the outfit.
So this conversation obviously cannot end here, but we would love to hear your thoughts and take your questions and contributions on it as well. Please tag us, Wake Up Nigeria TVCE. Send us a DM if you have questions, and we'll do what we can to get back to you. So Coco, thank you so much once again for bringing all these tips and tidbits to us.
Thank you for having me.
See you again next week.
Thank you.
All right, then. At this point, we're going to be heading back to the kitchen. The chef is cooking up a storm.
Welcome back into the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen. Still here with Chef Walia. Chef, how's it going?
Good.
Okay, amazing. So I see that we have our onion caramelized and our stew. Okay, we'll call it stew. Okay, still frying. Pepper mix, yeah? Still frying a little bit. And then we have our fish lined up here, ready to be doused with all that pepper goodness, right? So I was going to ask you, why... We're putting this in the oven as well.
Yes, we're putting it in the fish.
We're putting it in the fish. So since it's going to still go in the oven, why did we still like...
To infuse the flavor.
Okay. So it's not... So we put it... Wasn't it still going to...
No, really. The oil is going to make... And like the way we saute it now, the oil is going to infuse the flavor more than putting it directly
into... Okay, no problem. All right, let's see.
It's going to be drying.
It's going to be dry
instead of caramelizing.
Okay, so it's a different effect altogether. Now that's a tip we've learned. Okay, tell me. So let's go right into it.
So we'll be drizzling
some oil on it. So I noticed you actually put some slashes on the fish.
Yes.
Right? So allow the ingredients to go in properly. All right. So why do we go in with oil first?
So that the spices can stay.
Okay. Okay, so the oil helps the spice
to stay.
Stick to the fish.
And
not... Okay, nice. All right, and then what will we be going in next with?
So sprinkle a little bit of salt.
Okay. A little salt. Okay.
Because we already have...
Yeah, because I was going to ask, did we season that already?
Yes, we added our fish spice.
Our fish spice to it already. Okay, nice. Okay. So, because I was actually going to ask the same question. Okay, fine. We're going to put it in the oven, why are we frying stew, right?
There's no one way to cook it.
One way to do it, right? You can do it any way you actually want. So that's the fish spice you're going in?
Yes.
Okay, wait. Okay.
So now we'll put our stew now.
Okay, so let's have the stew. It smells so good already. I can imagine what the stew will smell like. Once it goes into the oven, it's going to smell so good. And then our oven is preheating already. Is there a particular temperature we're looking out for?
22 degrees.
22 degrees, okay.
Celsius.
Okay.
Then if it is on Fahrenheit, that's about 400.
Okay, okay. All right. So, and you said for how many minutes? 20 minutes
For 20 minutes.
Okay, 20 minutes. All right. Everything looks like it's going good. It's going good. Looks really nice. Really, looks really, really nice. And I see all that curry. I can hear Mike laughing from somewhere. Nice. Actually smells really good. Okay, so all of that has to go into the fish, around the fish. Make sure you get that marinate really, really well. And then the onion as well goes in, stuff it all up. And yeah, so more onions all over the place. Just be generous with it, right?
Yes.
Just put it all over generously so that everywhere is coated, everywhere is covered. And yeah, I'm literally salivating already. It's not even right. It's not right, okay? Okay. Definitely smells really good already. And
Yeah, we are
yeah,
good.
so we're good?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. So we had some sauce left. This part doesn't look stewed.
We are still going to, after grilling, we'll add.
Okay, we're still going to add. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we going to add it while it's in the oven?
No, before broiling.
Okay. When you say broiling, what do you mean?
That's a direct heat on the fish. Now I'm going to cover
Oh,
it.
you're going to wrap it all up. Oh, for it to cook. Okay,
So
then you open it a bit for it to
yeah.
dry, for the juice to dry up. All right. Amazing. I'm guessing after this point now, we go in with the lemon?
Yes, we squeeze the lemon.
Squeeze the lemon. Let's see you do that before we go. All right, looks good. Nice. So next time you're seeing our fish, it should definitely be well browned thanks to our oven. All right, guys, and there you have it. The first hour is done right here on Wake Up Nigeria. But do not go anywhere because we have 45 minutes still to go. We'll be right back after this break. Stay with us.
So it's not news that for the past 2 weeks I've had PTSD for anything fish.
Why?
But
Why? PTSD is a strong word.
It's strong as what's stronger than PTSD? PTSD.
Wow.
If you went through what I went through,
What happened? Oh,
yeah, it will be very strong one. It will be stronger.
it's a belly issue.
let's see. You know, it's more than belly, it was just only belly. But hey, come on. Welcome to the second half of the best breakfast show on television. Even if we're not trying to be narcissistic when we say that, we hope you had a wonderful. Yeah, it is.
We offer a full course meal to delight your every taste bud. And of course, we still have the main course and desserts still loading, so don't go anywhere.
What was the course? Is it Danny or is it Sukumbia?
Wow.
Or is it the Yam? Or is it Chef Walia? Who is the course? Tell us which one is the full course now.
It's a fish that wants to show you Shaggy. That's the cost.
Look. Shege cannot kill a man. But if Shege want to try.
Premium Shaggy. Premium.
But yeah, how's it going in there?
It's going great. I mean, our fish has been popped into the oven. It's all sauteed and nice in that pepper mix and pepper sauce, right? And now in our pots, we literally have our oil, vegetable oil, and our yam chops are literally about to be fried. So yeah, we're good. Very good.
Okay.
Lovely.
Looking forward to seeing how all of that comes out much later on the show. My name is Mike Mexicano.
And I'm Titilaya Oyinsona. We're glad, really excited that you are our companions this morning. Make sure you reach out to us on social media and use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and tag us WakeUpNigeria TVCE as much as you can with all your posts.
The app is available for you to watch us. You can watch us on the Apple Store and also the Google Play Store, where you can download the app to watch us anywhere around the world once you have internet connection.
Indeed. We're on GoTV channel
16, of course.
UHF channel 49 and Star Times 121.
Yeah. All right.
And joining us to talk about unintended consequences of mental health is Ese Ayegbene. She is a practicing counseling psychologist, and she's been doing so for the past decade, specializing in working with individuals in need with the primary objective of aiding clients to overcome trauma and enhance their mental resilience. It's all about combating mental health issues like depression, anxiety, and even suicide ideation. It's a long conversation. It'll be coming up very soon.
And then we've got Angelique. Well, I almost say Kijo, but hey, come on, it's Angelica Bell. She will be here to talk to us about her career. She's a professional music career which began at university, where she worked as a lead singer for a live band called the Blue Pals Band. We're talking to her. Where's Blue Pals today and the rest of the band? All of that and much more later on. Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. It's Mental Health Awareness Month, and that's all that we're talking about when it comes to health this month. Unintended consequences of mental health awareness. That's our topic. It's quite intriguing because I wanted to go on before you came on to start asking, but I said, nah, let's leave all the juice till you're here. Essie Ayebene is with us. She has been practicing as a counseling psychologist for over a decade, specializing in working with individuals in need with the primary objective of aiding clients in overcoming trauma and enhancing their mental resilience to combat mental health issues like depression, anxiety, and suicide ideation. It is great to have you. You are welcome.
Thank you for having me.
How does the awareness is necessary? How does it have unintended consequences? How is that even possible that there are consequences, that you can use that word, consequences, with mental health awareness?
As much as we want information about it and we're giving out information, there are some things that you can't just avoid.
Okay.
So for every positive, there's actually also a negative. That's where the balance lies.
Yin and yang, okay.
Yes, yes.
Balance, okay. So how is it so? How is it? Because, you know, you think that there's some kind of positives, that there are no dark sides or there is no need to balance here. But what are these consequences you're talking about here?
So we tend to pathologize normal emotions. Instead of us to see somebody being sad as a normal reaction to a sad event, we just go straight and say the person is depressed. If something bad happens, definitely you'll be sad.
Okay.
And being depressed doesn't mean you have depression disorder.
Oh, that's a different thing.
Being anxious doesn't mean you have anxiety disorder.
Okay.
You like things being a particular order doesn't mean you have OCD. You just see people just giving labels, and I'm like,
yeah, labeling. Okay, so that is one. I like that now. Yes, I agree with you. Titi was just mentioning something that you know, people use the word PTSD too. You know, they flippantly, as it were, you use some of these labels that are strong quite flippantly. But if I was to ask here, at what point do you think sadness gets into depression? If I just wanted to add, or a depression disorder, as it were.
One, it has to be properly diagnosed, right? But if one should actually look for help, is when your emotions, or you have gotten to a part where the emotion of sadness or that emotion of depression starts to impede your normal activities. So you can't do the normal things you used to do, or you have to now like prep yourself up. Things you love to do normally on a normal day, you find yourself finding it difficult to do them. Maybe you love watching movies, you just lose interest. There's an issue. But it could be explained. That's the thing. So when I say unintended consequence, if you focus too much on social media, there are consequences to that.
Yeah, definitely.
So it can lead to you losing interest in things you normally used to have interest
in doing.
There's something called doom scrolling, where you just stay online and spend sometimes 2-3 hours just going through videos, especially with YouTube shorts. Just keep going and going and going. Those things have effects on your mind. Waking up in the morning and the first thing you do is to check your phone, it has an effect on your mind. So just coming to tell you that, oh, you are depressed, that's not it. Maybe you just need to detox. Maybe you need to just take a break from social media. There are a lot of issues you should have. You know, to talk about movement, right? Maybe you're not even moving enough. Maybe you're not eating right. So instead of just going straight and saying, oh, this person has a problem and needs help, you make some lifestyle choices first and see if it works before.
But the one I'm sure that there's a problem and there's help is heartbreak. Wait, that one is strong because...
The funniest thing, people recover differently.
Yeah. But that one is depression because you cannot even move.
It still depends.
It still depends. Okay, so it's not every time that it's fully...
So most times people go into depression or have mental health issues if they have unresolved trauma.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So there's no way life is going to be smooth. There are going to be issues. And one of the reasons why I advocate for mental resilience, it's a positive coping mechanism. Instead of just advocating that you watch out and avoid issues. Somebody was asking me yesterday if there's statistics to show if singles are more happier than married couples. I said, I know you want to avoid problems, but see, there are happy people everywhere. Both singles
and both married. There are sad people everywhere.
Yes, and
single
if I tell
and
you
married.
One doesn't work or the other works, that doesn't change or help you either way. You understand?
Yeah.
So we tend to want to avoid problems. And yes, that's how we cope as a species, by avoiding issues and all. But in all, we cannot totally avoid problems. So your ability to bounce back, that's resilience. Your ability to... So heartbreak, because if you want to avoid heartbreak, then you don't go into a relationship at all. Because there's a chance for it. Even those that get married, there's a chance that they'll get divorced.
Yeah.
You understand? So there's no certainty about life. What of the fact that we don't even know what happens tomorrow? You understand? Somebody here today might not be here tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
So your ability to be able to cope with all these life issues that you can't plan for. Now, I don't know if I've said it recently, but I keep saying there are two things. One you can control, one you can't control. So you have to separate things you can't control from things you can't control. Anxiety comes from when you try to change things you can't control. For example, I'm coming here and I'm already late. I keep checking my phone. That's anxiety, right? I can't change the fact I'm already late. So what I do, I switch up my phone, and anytime I get there, I get there. Do you understand? It makes me more relaxed, but I keep checking my So I'm like, I'm suffering from anxiety, I'm having panic attack, and the real truth is I'm not managing my emotions.
I hope this is not digressing here. How about workplace depression?
It happens.
Because that one's a strong one also.
Yes.
So people are looking at me now.
An onset of burnout.
This one is not burnout. What if workplace depression, number one?
Yeah.
You say your salary is not enough. That's
It's never enough.
You think is that?
It's never enough.
Some people is enough, and then maybe you feel that you are doing.
Shocked.
You feel like you are doing more.
Yeah.
That some people feel like I'm doing too much more than this person. Different issues could cause that workplace depression and all of that. And there are some things that my producer I say that's not depression.
Let me say sometimes.
What do you call it?
So sometimes what we actually term as depression is the fact that you don't have a long-term plan. So you are depressed about where you are because you can't see anything beyond it. Do you understand? So there are expectations for what work life is. A lot of us were given the wrong impression. You go to school, you get out, you get a job, you're fixed for life. Is that how real life works? It doesn't work that way. You get into a work environment, you're excited for the first 1, 2, 3 years. After a while, that excitement phases out. You need to have next
something else.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So sometimes it might just be you've burnt out your time in that space. Your mind wants you to push beyond where you are. That's why if we start talking about depression, this is how depression looks, we will misdiagnose a lot.
I understand that fully. Apart from labels, is there any other classification you want to mention when it comes to the consequences of mental health awareness, apart from labels?
Okay, one of the things I wanted to talk about is we need to improve our messaging. Like I said, we tend to talk about depression and not talk about depression disorder. So there are two different things. So we need to improve as...
When does it enter disorder?
Disorder is when, yes, you can't do your normal activities.
Okay,
and impedes your everyday activities.
Everyday activities, okay.
Even up to brushing of teeth, taking a bath.
Yes. It's heartbreak. That one happens, You don't brush teeth.
That's what I'm saying. So having heartbreak. No, let me explain something. I think I didn't get this clear. When you are having depression, most times is when you've actually run out of time. So normally you are depressed because something happens.
Okay.
And then after a while, definitely you should be able to bounce out of it.
Out of it, yeah.
When you can't bounce out of it, that's when depression is setting. So having heartbreak and being depressed is a normal thing. That's what I'm saying. We need to normalize these emotions. Being depressed for heartbreak is a normal thing. You shouldn't be happy.
Well, after a while, when you can't bounce back by yourself, it becomes a problem.
That's when there's a problem. Or somebody dies, and then the burial has been taken. Burial is for the living, not for the dead, actually. One of the things that burial does is to help you to move on.
Yeah, closure in some ways.
Closure. So after those things have happened and you still can't get out of it, then that person needs to seek for help. So it's not that every time we just start saying, if you can actually trace out this thing happened and it's causing this, you don't just rush and just diagnose like that. Yes, they might just need help. And most times when clients come to me, I think I said this last week, one of the things I first ask them is, what's your social connection like? Who do you have around you? A lot of people don't really need therapy, you just need someone to talk to. And because our space is so toxic these days, when I talk to you, you post on social media or it goes on your status, you now say something like, people should watch the kind of relationship they get into and you just know this person is talking about me. So people are now scared to speak up.
To speak up.
A lot of times people actually have mental health issues because they lack social connection. One of the things we're losing in Africa is we used to have this communal sense of living. It takes a village, A lot of mothers are burning out because it no longer takes a village, it's only you.
It's only you, yeah.
You're on your own.
Yes, you might not be talking to even your next door neighbor.
You might not
even know their name.
You might not be talking to it's that bad. You wake up in the morning, you don't even know what happened to your child the day before.
So social media has its parts to play in that one, majorly.
Exactly.
You know, because the world has become a smaller village due to social media, but at the same time, it's now so wide apart, even with somebody by your side. You feel you can be so connected to the world and so far apart from somebody beside you.
Yeah.
So that's the irony with all of this.
No, but see, if you notice, as soon as I got in, I put my phone upside down. When I'm talking to someone, I unconsciously do that. I always put my phone face side down.
Face down. Wow.
So, and
that
put on the do not disturb. Pay attention to who you're talking to.
Wow.
That connection helps you. So it also helps to reduce your cortisol level. We talk about cortisol, stress hormone, right?
Wow.
It helps when you make social connection. It helps to bring that down. If we talked about the fact that during lockdown, you know that time we didn't have people around us. A lot of people had issues with depression and the rest. It's not like they didn't have issues before, but they were people they could talk to. Most Nigerians I have clients outside of the country. As soon as you leave the shores of Nigeria, you now realize that this thing that we have here, you don't have it over there.
Let's say it's always expository anytime we talk to you. Thank you for all of what you're doing. And of course, we're looking forward to having you the rest of the month as we go on. Well done. Thank you very much. Hope you're able to learn one or two things there. We'll take a time out now. Stay with us. We will be back in a jiff.
Yeah, sometimes the music just makes you want to vibe, even on a Tuesday morning. And when you have guests like this, you understand why. Right here, we have Angelica Bell. Now, she started her professional career in the university. She worked as lead singer for a live band called the Blue Pearls. And she honed her craft, developed her vocals, and was actually signed to Nigerian Ninjas for a while, but left the label after Sound Sultan passed away. But we know she's working on some great things right now, and it's great to have you in the studio. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so from your social media handle, your handle is, say again.
Rasta Maria.
Rasta Maria, and we see the Rasta here. We see you owning it. So now, you know, I have to ask, is this really your hair?
What do you think?
Well, I think you own it. It's yours.
So it's mine?
It's yours. You own it. You own it. Whether you purchased it or you grew it, it doesn't matter. You own it. And you are working it as well. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
All right, so let's talk about this journey. Blue Pearls Band, being on a live band is a lot of work.
Oh, yes, it is.
But you said in your profile that it helped you hone your craft.
Yes.
So what did that do for you, and what was that like?
It helped me discover my talent. It helped me know how to perform in front of live audiences. Like when I started, I didn't even know I could sing, basically. But then my boss, Tammy, he's like, just try. And then that's where all this started from.
Okay, when you say all this, what are you talking about?
My genre of music, reggae, because he used to always like give me reggae songs. Everything basically that I am started from.
It's a tough genre to be in, though.
Yes.
Is reggae, reggae?
Reggae, R&B, infusion, Afro.
Okay.
But then my background is reggae.
Okay.
Yeah, my background.
So that means you had a few icons that you were looking up to in the space.
Yes.
Tell us about them.
Rihanna, Bob Marley, Lucky Dube, Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
So
it's a tough genre to also be in because especially in a time in the industry when Afrobeats is basically taking over, did you feel any push to maybe sort of try other things sometime down the line?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because of where we are, everybody's like, okay, try and dilute it, which helps actually because you can't be stuck up on one genre. You know, music is big. So when the advice came, I started to infuse into my,
okay.
you know, my
So
craft.
is that still happening right now? Infusing Afrobeats into your reggae
Yeah,
music?
it is. But then having it undiluted as well. So there are also people, there are also audience that I cater to in that. So.
All right. So obviously with this kind of effort you're putting in to make sure you stay, authentic to reggae, but then also, giving a little bit of Afrobeats here and there, it's a lot of work. And it means that you need a team that truly believes in you. So what exactly have you been working on in the past few years?
Working on my project.
Which one?
Singles. I'm trying to put on my debut project.
Okay.
Right now, I have lots of singles out. I have short videos, still pushing.
We were seeing one of the videos just now, and that feels like it was a lot of fun to shoot.
Oh, yes, it was.
Talk to us about how that particular shoot went. That video looked really interesting.
Oh, yes,
Talk to us about the song and shooting.
Okay, Dreadlocks.
Talk to us.
Dreadlocks is it's a very personal song to me. It's something that I experienced for myself. And, people always look at people with dreadlocks and like, oh, they are rough and all. But then the song just makes you appreciate dreadlocks for what it is. The shoot came quite easy. If you notice, the person I even used had the locks. Like, everybody just came together. And then...
So these guys' locks, are they real? Wait.
Yes.
A real locks?
Yes, a real locks.
Okay. But the song you titled it Dreadlocks. You're talking about but just let us in. What was the mindset about singing about dreadlocks?
Because I want people to appreciate it, because when they see it, they first of all, oh, you're on locks. So there's just this image around it, but then it's such a beautiful thing to have. Yeah, I can't even.
You can't what?
I can't put in the words for it. I really love locks.
You love locks.
Yeah.
You've always loved locks.
Yes.
Even in the video, I could see that you wrapped your locks all the way up.
Yes.
But without the locks, you still have your music.
Yes. No. Without the locks, I have my music. But then this is my brand identity.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're definitely singing about it. And I have a feeling a lot of people will be connecting with it. So the Team Natural gang, all this.
Yes.
I'm going to get there,
yeah.
But probably not with wigs like this. But you don't know what's going on under here. I've been working on some things myself. I'll probably launch it one day soon. But what about the projects you're working on now? You just talked about, bringing everything together in a whole project. It's going to be an EP? It's going to be an album? What is it going to be?
It's going to be an EP.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be an EP.
An EP. Are you bringing in any special artists, guest artists, featuring anyone?
I don't want to say that now, would I?
You don't want to say it now?
No.
Why not? Why not? Let us in on what your plans are.
Okay, I will just give a little tea.
Okay.
So the title of the EP is going to be Rasta Maria.
Rasta Maria.
That's it.
That's all. You're not going to give us anymore. Wow. Will. Okay. All right then. So I want to touch on the fact that you were on the Nigerian Ninjas label for a while, and friend of the house, friend to so many, lover of music, poet extraordinaire, Sound Sultan passed away, and that obviously marked a turning point for you in your career. Can you share with us what was going through your mind at that point in time and how it affected you?
When he signed me, he passed like almost immediately. So then I was like, I had like a blank space for a while. I didn't know where to go with my music. But then I had to find strength in everything. I started up little by little. At first you're like, okay, the support and everything that he had gotten me, you expect that, okay, maybe I'll ride on it and all. But it took time. I wouldn't lie. It took time, but then we thank God.
What are some of the key things you remember him telling you about your music?
Stay true to yourself. Stay true to how you feel. Sing about how you feel. Sing about your truth. Always wear little makeup.
Okay. He said
he always insisted on me wearing little makeup.
Wow.
He really liked my hair. Okay. And I think that's one of the key factors why I still maintained it. He always see me and say, this your hair. I love it. Keep it like this, but always wear little makeup. So
Wow. And that's where we are right now.
Yes.
And you're staying true to, you're even singing about dreadlocks as well.
Yes.
May God rest his gentle soul. Yes. Now we are going to be heading over to the kitchen. And we have something for you to taste. Our chef has been working quite hard on something. Okay. You interested?
Yes, I am.
All right, then. Let's head over to the kitchen.
not supposed to be in the between.
All right, it's been an amazing Tuesday so far, right?
It's been. Welcome into the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen. I have Chef Walia here, and she's been hard at work grilling fish and some yam chops and some pepper sauce for you. Sadly, our fish isn't ready yet.
But let's show everyone.
Just a little
bit more.
A little bit more.
Okay, so the oven is right open there. Hopefully we can take a shot of that.
Yes.
Show you that the fish is almost there.
Yes,
it's almost ready. Can you see
almost
this?
ready.
Can you see this?
It's almost ready. But I mean, we have some yam chops here. You could try this out.
Okay.
The sauce as well was made here by our chef.
Yes, indeed.
So let's know what you think about
okay.
it.
So it's
Yeah.
almost done, almost done, almost done.
Almost done.
Almost done. Just a few more minutes.
Yes. Yes.
So, but this is also really great.
Yeah, so chef, tell us what we have the sauce made of.
So sauce is made of scotch bonnet pepper and bell pepper, onions and spring onions. So then we season it with fish sauce and salt.
Okay, so can you try it out? Like,
Have a
try it
taste
out.
and let us know. Fantastic. Try out the sauce and the yam. I'm actually so interested in the yam. So what do you think? It's lovely. All right.
That's it.
Perfect sauce for the perfect fish. It will be grilled to perfection. Chef Walia, we appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Well done, Chef Walia. It's been a wonderful show. Thank you to everyone who was a part of the show. We will see you tomorrow. Bye.